Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to have a really fun show today. I always love when I have somebody that's in the business because they know how to relax and have fun and enjoy what's going on. Sometimes people, they come on the show, they're a little scary, they don't know what to do. Well, we got a pro today, y'all. Okay. Miss DBoss is in the house, and we're going to get her on the air in just a few minutes here. So we're going to hurry up and get to our announcements so we don't have to keep her on hold too long. First thing I like to do is make a couple of shout outs. I like to give a shout out every time I go live to all of the health care heroes that are on the front line. There are people that are out there every day risking their life trying to make sure that our loved ones stay healthy and come back to us. And like I have been saying for the last 2 years, that this thing is not over with yet. We've got another strand of contagious disease that's out there, and it's starting to take effect in the United States. And people, be careful. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Stay your distance. And try not to carry this thing from one person to the next because it's killing people. People are getting sick and are dying. And, I'm still in COVID protocol myself. I don't go anywhere. I don't hang out with anybody because I want to be alive at the end of this thing. And I want you to still be alive at the end of this thing also. So, exercise caution always. Don't take anything for granted. Exercise caution and celebrate our healthcare heroes because they are people too, and they've seen death all on unbelievable proportions. So celebrate our healthcare heroes. Also, like to give a shout out to our spiritual leaders. People that are on the front line that are keeping us spiritually uplifted and motivated. I always love to give them a shout out, keep them encouraged because they have a hard job also. There's things going on in the world that we have no idea what's going on. But if you've got a spiritual leader, keep him lifted up. And a special shout out to my spiritual leader and mentor, Dr. Hunt. He was on the show about a week ago, and I tell you, we had a wonderful time. We've been together for over 30 years, so I always like to give him a shout out every time I go live. All right, so let me move along here. Let's go over to our advertisement. I want to invite everybody to go over to ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, scroll down, you'll see many banners and pluggers for all of our advertisers. Without them, we would not be able to do what we do here on the Ask Dr. Ron show. So I encourage you to click on the banners, click on the flyers, go to their website, and they'll actually be able to see what they do, reach out to them, make appointments. I have a few of them listed here. Our RJ Webb, Prince Hunter, and Port Again Sam. That's just a few of the advertisers that we have there. Check them out. Also, scroll up to the top. You'll see all of my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, and my YouTube. Go over to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe, like, and share. You'll see all of our playlists when you go over there, and you'll be able to follow what we do on our YouTube channel. So please do that. So also, when you get over to the YouTube channel, I want you to scroll through the channel and you'll find an episode that I did with my guest for today. Miss DBoss invited me on her show about a month or so ago. And I was so surprised. She knew more things about me than my mama did. She had did her homework and did all her research. She was asking me questions, and I was like, man, who told on me? Yeah, how she know that? But she went and did some research and checked on some things and asked me all kind of questions. Well, I ain't gonna do her like that. Okay, I'm just gonna welcome her to the show for the very first time. A friend and colleague in the business. Welcome to the show, Miss DBoss.
Welcome.
Yes, how you doing? You okay?
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Well, good, 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 good. Well, let me tell people that you're up in the Canada, where it's extremely cold right now, I'm sure, because it's cold down here in Chicago. So I know it's cold up there in Toronto. So you're in another country, another whole country, by way of Barbados. That's your home country. You
Well,
know,
it's my parents' home. We the North. I'm all here.
Okay, all right. Okay, so your parents are in
Yeah,
Barbados.
that's my background. Yeah.
Your background. Okay, so you're born and raised in Toronto or in Canada?
I'm born out in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, in in the western part, where the prairies, and then I did my high school and college in Montreal, Quebec.
Okay.
And now I'm here, and then I did my university here in Toronto.
Okay. All
Where
right.
the
So
the Raptors, and the all the stuff happens. I'm sorry, we have to make that plug.
have you always been in Canada? Have you ventured over to the United States at all or
Yes. Hmm.
okay. All
Hmm.
right. So you come over here and get
New
all
York, Atlanta,
you come over here
Virginia.
and get all our swag and take it back to Canada with you, huh?
Well, I don't know. We got some pretty good swag here. We got a lot of people here from all over.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, and that's why I said that is because sometimes people as tourists they go over to Canada and they buy a lot of stuff and then they bring it back to United States from Canada,
Hmm.
because they have a good thing. I never will forget. It's an interesting story. I was on tour in Toronto, and we had went all over the United States, and the last leg of the tour, I knew we were going to be in cold areas. So when I got to Toronto, which had to be the coldest place on planet Earth, and I said, okay, I'm going to buy me a winter coat in Toronto because I know they know how to make winter coats in Toronto. So I went to an army surplus store and I went in and bought one of those police coats that the police wear,
I
and
think I know where that store. I think I know where exactly what that store is,
I
because
bought that.
a few people go to that same store, and everybody in Toronto, if they're watching this, they're going to be like, we know exactly what that store is.
I bought that coat and I had that coat for until I outgrew it. I was a smaller person then, so I could wear it. But
Mm.
I outgrew that coat. I kept that coat a long time. You hear me? I tell you, it was it was a good coat. You hear me? That coat wasn't no joke. It was made for winter time. Okay, so
There
I
was no
enjoy.
stylish. There was no styling in that one.
No, 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 no. It was just made specifically for the cold. And then we
Hmm.
we stayed at a hotel, which I thought was so cruel. The hotel was on the waterfront or the
Oh
lakefront.
gosh, you're down by the harbor fronts.
Yes. And then the venue that we performed at was like a block or two down the block. So we had to walk from the hotel to the venue. There was no valet service or nothing like that. Now we had to walk across this open space that wind, the hawk, I mean, we call it the hawk, but the wind was so piercing. Oh my God. I was
Well,
like,
what month did you come in?
oh, we came in the dead of winter. It was like January, February, something
Oh
like
gosh,
that.
yeah, down there. Oh.
Yeah,
famous.
look, it wasn't no tourists out there. Look, and I want to say they had a streetcar or something that went down.
Yes.
Down this. Look, that streetcar was of no concern to me. I just wanted to get from the hotel to the venue and get in there where they had the heat at. I tell you, it was brutal, man. And I tease
But it
people.
can't be that bad. Chicago's pretty bad out there with those winds.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
And you
true.
can't
I
be
mean,
talking
we
now. Don't be
look,
painting the kettle
look,
black.
look. We ain't no joke over here. Okay, like today in Chicago, we've got a wind chill, and I don't even know what it is. I just know the wind speed was up around 40 miles an hour, so that's got to be a serious wind chill.
Mm,
It ain't no joke. It is seriously cold. Okay. So, but I hibernate in the winter. Okay. So I stay
okay.
inside. I try not to go out. I have to on occasion, but I try not to, because it's nice. It's a nice 80 degrees in here where I'm at.
With the heat on.
Yes. So, Miss DBoss, we got to give a shout out to Triple P Management. Miss Sarah is on the line right now. She's putting
Oh
up
yeah.
all of
I
your
know she's been on
information.
that line.
Yeah, she's putting
She's
up
been on
all your
point.
information. Boy, she does not play. I would not have known you if it were not for Sarah and Triple P Management, but she is definitely doing what she do. She putting up all your information. She got everything up there. So if you want
Wow.
to find out anything about, Miss DeBall, she's got her information going up repeatedly. You know,
Ah,
shout out to Donald Green. We talking about cold weather, and he's over in Phoenix, Arizona. So he ain't worried about
ah.
none of the stuff that you got going on or I got going on. So he's laughing probably over in Arizona, like, yeah, that's why I left Chicago. You know, but let's start out by talking about you and what you're willing to share with us about you as a personality that
Mhm,
hosts your show and several other shows. I think you have several shows that you host. So let's talk about you. What you want to share with the people?
Well, I'm an on-air personality, and I produce my own show, Real Life Matters. And then I have the main hub. The main hub is DBoss Networks. So that's DBoss Networks hosts everything underneath that. So first of all, DBoss. I didn't just pick up DBoss and started calling myself the boss. I my first name is Darlita and my last name is Bostic. So it goes D Boss.
And wait a minute. Before you go any further, I must apologize to you and your family, because I put out a plugger and I misspelled your last name. So I'm
Hmm.
apologizing to all of your family members. That was a mistake that I made. Miss D Boss was not available at the time that I was putting the plugger together,
He's blaming
and
me now.
and I just went with what I thought it was. Well, in this business, you always got to check and double check, and I didn't. So I'm apologizing to your family publicly. I screwed up. So now I got that out the way. Now go ahead, finish.
Yeah, well, Bostic is a big name. Both my parents they come from Barbados, and my cousin he's the health minister for Barbados. Like my family's pretty big out there. But with the TV station Carib Vision comes in 22 different countries, along also Bell 5 TV and channel 658, where I'm being aired 5 days a week, primetime TV. So and 12 million people watch it. So a lot of people, and I didn't know that at first they came from the headquarters is in Barbados. I didn't know that, and they knew some of my family members. So I was like, oh, that was quite interesting to me, to find out that. But going way back before when I started Real Life Matters. Um, well, before I did Real Life Matters, I worked in corporate America. I have my degree in law procedures, and I my bachelor's and stuff, and I was doing that work for a long, long time. Then I went into sales, media, marketing, branding, and I was good at that also. And then after, I went to work with a few people that worked for Fox and Rogers TV here and I was behind the scenes and I made sure everybody looked good. I did the marketing, the branding. I was the guru for all that. I know how to market people online. I know how to do it. And it's not just, and you have to study it. It's not something you just say, okay, you know what, I'm going to just start doing social media and management and stuff. So, came back. I had a company also that we came out with we were one of the first people that did websites, did the internet. I had to train people on the actual internet if they were doing stuff right. In the tourism office in Barbados, I did over 150 hotels. I had to rebrand and put out because if you know from a long time ago, maybe you went on vacation. Sometimes they would show a hotel or something that looked like it didn't look like, and when you got there, it was something different. Like
Right. Oh yeah. And look, and that was way before Airbnbs, okay? Airbnbs, are something that came out in the last 10 years. But before that, they used to rate hotels 5-star, 4-star, 6-star. And then people would put a 6-star hotel on a 1-star hotel. I'm like, you gotta go outside to the bathroom? Oh my God. Who
so
does
people
that?
So people used to go to the hotels and they saw this wonderful picture and they would just take any picture out of any magazine at that time and said this was the place. So sometimes when you arrived at the place, it was like, this doesn't look like anything like what I paid for.
Right.
So I said, okay, we have to rebrand. We have to make sure. So they had to stage all the suites and make sure the suites look exactly what you're selling. So I had to put them out on the web, a lot of content, writing a lot of content, making sure that people when they got there, they knew, okay, Bayesian dollars or Barbadian dollars, you get two Barbadian dollars for one US and what that converts to. So sometimes, because you go to these other islands, if you go to Trinidad, St. Lucia, different place, you don't know what your money is. So I made sure that they had to have that outlook of when they got there, they knew exactly what was happening. When they came to the island, they knew how to get around, they knew what they had to book, and then plus they drive on the other side. So here in North America, we drive on the right hand side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so them they drive on the other side. So some people think they can drive, but I don't really go through that. When I go down Barbados, no, I either take a taxi or some family members.
Right.
But
Right.
my family always said, you stay left or you're left dead.
I heard that. You know. So how long have you been in this business?
Jeez.
Hard question, I know.
And so you could say 2009, 2002. Yeah, since you could say in the media industry, 2009 and up. Professionally, I've been doing this stuff like for marketing and branding and legalities and stuff like that for the last over 25 years.
Okay.
So, to get to be me, it was, a lot of stuff. A lot of people ask me, how do we know how to interview? How do you know this? And I said, well, you have to earn your stripes. You have to understand people and you have to know a lot of people say, oh, do you have questions that you prepare? No, you just have to know you have to study your subject or the person that's coming, and then you know who they are. Just make sure you know their name and stuff. So
Yeah, that helps. That helps. That helps. Yes.
and you have to make sure the people who you're interviewing knows who they are too, because I've had a lot of experience with people like that also. So when I had did that, my show, when I came up with the show Real Life Matters, I was sitting in church and I'm fiddling around, and all of a sudden, I said, Real Life Matters. I said, Real Life Matter. I said, you know what? That's my show. Then the thing came, the Power Pack inspired program that features real people with real matters, and it reflects real life. So I said, okay, you know what? That's the name of the show. So then after now, I started the show. I got the show and stuff, and I got the name, and I did all my stuff and all the website, and I went through all these different things with people, and then we got it. So I went through different producers, and people had to really see the vision. Some people didn't get the vision. So, anyways, my show went on. It premiered on TIFF, Toronto International Film Festival. So a lot of people saw my logo, and then from prior before when I was working with Fox and Rogers and things like that, people like that. Then after, people started to recognize the logo, so then they started to call me the Oprah of Canada
Oh, okay.
because my name DBoss flowed with the name and this and that. So I started saying, well, no, I'm Darlita, I'm DBoss. Yes, it's good, but that's what they started to call me, the Oprah of Canada, and that's how it just started to flow. But then after, when it was flowing, because my show's around now maybe 6 years, so a lot of people were like, wow. And then I was sick. I got sick
Oh,
for
wow.
2 years from my show, and I just came out and I was like, oh my gosh, God, please, what is this? I can't be sick. I just started my show, and then Black Lives Matter called me and they said, "Oh, DBoss, can we use Black Lives Matters because you got Real Life Matters?" And I said, "Yeah, you could use, as long as you don't use Real Life Matters, that's fine."
Mm-hmm.
So the time I was sitting, I was sick, and then I got better. It took me, I thought I was going to be off for a year, but it took me 2 years. And I said, I got
Mm.
to come back from this.
Okay.
And when I came back, you know, I just said, I'm coming back like a lion.
All
I
right
said,
now.
I'm going. I said, a Black Panther. I'm coming back, and I said, I'm coming. When I'm coming for this, I'm coming back because, I know some people are. This is my journey, and this is the journey. So for me to come back after a setback, and I thought it was a setback, but it had time for me to reflect, and I had to cut certain people off, and who meant you good, and this industry, Ron. It's not, Dr. Ron. It's
Oh.
not, it's not an easy industry because people coming into you, but what are they coming into me for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand. You start out going in one direction with a plan, and then you have to reinvent and modify along the way. So I totally understand. Over 10 years ago, I started out doing internet radio,
Hmm.
and I never thought that I was going to have an internet television show. And here, when I stopped dealing with the internet radio station, there were not many internet stations at the time. Fast forward 10 years, now everybody's got an internet station, television, radio, all sorts, so the market has definitely been proven to be a successful marketplace,
Hmm.
and people wouldn't leave me alone. I was trying to hide, duck and dodge. They're like, "Oh no, you got to come out. You can't hide no more. You got to come back out." I was like, "Okay, if you insist." So I've created this show over and over again in my mind several times. So I truly understand what you mean. I'm still trying to fly under the radar a little bit, but people won't let me. They keep bothering me.
It's very hard because when I started, I had DBoss Global Advertising Agency, and I still have it. And
Mm-hmm.
and back then, I worked with while I was doing a company. I worked with Eddie Grant, the musician.
Mm-hmm.
So it brought me to a lot to the music. So I understand if people can sing, I understand if they can't sing, I understand all that because I worked with Eddie Grant, and he was I was with him when he birthed Ring Bang. That's now the fusion. It's called all kind of mix now. So he was going through some little bit of difficulties with Sony Records, and he said, DBoss, he says, I want you to handle 100 artists for me.
Mm.
And I said, 100. So then I said, okay. So I said, what do you want me to do? So it was Allison Hines, Super Blue, Square One. It was so many. And I really didn't understand the whole calypso, soca music era
Mm-hmm.
like that. So when he told me that, and some of them didn't even have Roaring Lion and stuff. Some of them didn't even have a bio. Like some of them thought that their bio was um, I go out and a whole bunch of women come at me, and that's my bio. And that's not a bio, that's a lifestyle.
I know that's right.
That's not a bio. Like, how did you come up with your music? So I had to sit there and write everybody's stuff and put it together. Then I had to figure out, okay, what song clip do you want, the 30-second clip? And now it's easy to do clips like that. But back then we had to really get the engineers in there to clip the song. Okay, you know what? He's going to release this one first and that one first. And some of the music I could not understand because of the accent, and I was like, oh God, how am I going to do this? So here I am at home. I'm listening to the music back, 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 and hearing it. So I said, okay, this is what the guy said. So
Mm,
because my parents, they never spoke in any accent or anything like that as me growing up here in Canada. So I had to learn that whole culture. So,
mm-hmm.
and it was good, and he was happy. He came to my house in Toronto, and he sat down with me. And he's such a nice man, and he has one of the best recording studios in the world. It was he did Rolling Stones records there in Barbados. He's a big plantation.
Okay.
So I worked with him, and then after when I started DBoss Global Advertising, then I started to get all the reggae artists,
Okay.
the Jamaican artists, and I was like, well, I want to get the guys with the R&B and the funk and the soul and the pop and the rock. But no, these guys came flood. So I had Black Guru, Fraga Ranks, Andrew B's, oh my gosh, Sanchez. They had Shabba Ranks. All these guys started to just flood in. So I was like, oh my God, here we go. So I was doing a lot of their promos and stuff. So a lot of the music, okay, well, DBoss, which one do you think is going to work, and which one do you think is not going to work? So a lot of them came to me for a lot of advice on the music, and I got to and I did very well. Like I had a flood of artists, and then after later on, then the other people started to come, like the opera, the guys that do jazz, sax, and we got
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Cruz, like, and I did what's her name, Judy Mowat of the I3s. I met Marcia Griffith, a lot of people that were family to Bob Marley, and the people, back then everybody just used to call me for everything, and I was so busy. Like they were paying money, however they had to send the money, Western Union, whatever they had to do, they were just sending the money. It was me that had to approve the music, put them out there, do the flyer, do the promo. And this was now, it's everything is a little bit more easy, it's more savvier. And I was on
Mm-hmm.
radio too back then too, with the radio station in Montreal, and the late Louis Rankin, he was on there too. It was Mad Vibes Radio,
Okay.
and I was on there for. It was on every Sunday from, I think it was from 1 to 5 or something. I can't remember, but it was a little bit. It was on. We were on there for a while, so then people got to know my name, know out there. It takes a while to build in this industry, and people just got to realize that it's not something that you just take up and say, oh, you know what, I want to start a show today. Yeah,
Right.
you can, but how do you keep it going? I know I can
Exactly.
put a show off of the social media, and my show be fine. I don't need to have, so, one of your relatives that I interviewed, he says, what happens if there's no social media? What do people do? Are you really that good?
Right. Exactly. That's the $1 million question. You know.
Are you really that good? You
Yeah.
know, can you really sustain yourself? Because a lot of people's voices and singing and all that stuff. I've met a lot of big entertainers too, because I was going out with somebody that but unfortunately he passed away
Mm.
while I was in Barbados just about 3 years ago, and he was in the big entertainment. So I met so many people with him, and he sang, so I can know if somebody knows how to sing. And I said to him, how am I supposed to know that? He says, listen to me, and you'll listen to somebody, and then they show the difference. So I was like, oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you
So
still have your hand in a lot of music? I know that you've interviewed a lot of, thanks to Triple P. You've interviewed a lot of people that she had involved with or she's
Right.
involved with. So are you still involved with dealing with people in music?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I always get them all the time, and but since I'm doing real life matters, it's all types of matters. So I can interview doctors, churches, pastors. If you're going to be able to show your story when you come to me, I'm going to make you talk.
Amen. I know that's right.
I am going to make you
Uh,
talk, and you're going to make I'm going to show your best side. And if you have a business or brand, you are going to showcase. I know for a fact when you come on, you are going to showcase yourself. I'm not competition with people like, oh, well, Dr. Ron has a show. Um, this buddy has a show. Well, DBoss, why you having them come on your show? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because his show's different from mine,
right.
and you has a different style from mine.
Exactly.
So it
And
doesn't matter because we're all here in the media to help everybody. And, I
exactly.
believe that media should be available to everyone. I just don't want those big guys with the big, big budgets. I want the other people too.
Right.
Well, because they're important, just important that makes the community build. And
Yep.
to build this, you just can't have one guy, oh, they're paying $500,000 for media. Okay, yeah, but where's Joe that's around the corner? He's a millionaire too, but how come we didn't showcase him?
Right. One of the things that I've always said with what I do, and I try to live up to it, is that the mainstream media does not cover heroes in our community. And we
Mm-hmm,
have heroes in our community. And I try to bring them on to show people where they are and who they are because they need to be celebrated as well.
mm-hmm.
Mainstream media gonna do what they do, but I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna try and make it available for people to have a voice and let their voice be heard. And it works because there's a market for it. People want to know who's in their community and what they're doing. And I know for a fact you will make people talk. Ain't no question about that, boy. You sure will get them. So
Well,
go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I said I guess it's from the legal mind. You have and psycho. You have to really look at people and see what's going on.
Right. Yeah. So your show comes on how many days a week? How many countries are you in now? Because you talked about that when you brought me on, where all you're at and what all you're doing. So let's
Oh,
tell the folks where you at.
it's tick for tack, isn't it? Okay. Well, my show comes on Monday to Friday. It's on primetime TV, nighttime. So it's from 10, I'm on from 10 to 11 or 10 to 12 midnight, depending if I'm on another show, Talk It Out. Talk It Out with Chill, which is William Reinhardt. He's out in Chicago area, Chicago, Wisconsin area. So, and it's in 22 different countries like US. Okay, and Belfi TV is a big station for people that don't know. It's like Verizon in the US. So this is here on cable. This is TV. This is no internet TV. This is TV. We're on in Jamaica. We're in the UK. We're all Saint Martin, the Dominican Republic, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, St. Kitts, Trinidad, Tobago, like Antigua. We're right through Montserrat. So people are watching us on TV. If you have a satellite, you could see us. So, and it's some parts of Africa, and then of course to the US on Optimum TV, one stop media, you can get it. And if you have like a station, a lot of people you could see it there.
Yeah, that's outstanding. You
Mm-hmm,
know, I've been waiting to get you on the show this week because I've been following a story that took place on last week from your hometown.
mm-hmm,
And they just gave an award to one of the most beautiful ladies that have come from your country, Barbados,
mm-hmm.
Rihanna. and they
Yes.
have made her a, national heirloom or something. I don't know what the award
Hero,
was for.
national hero.
Yeah, national hero.
Hmm.
So from somebody from Barbados, how do you feel about that, happening the
We
way that it did?
we just, everybody's ecstatic, because they kicked out the queen,
Right,
but they still didn't really like say, smash your face like you're out of here. You know what I mean? They
right.
invited Prince Charles to come, and I suppose if the Queen was feeling up to traveling, she would have been there too, because they're always vacation there. And a lot of people like to go to Barbados because you're a star there, but people don't really rush you like that. They'll come up and say, "Oh, hi Ron, how are you?" They won't be like, let me run after it. So, you know what I mean? Like up here. So, they did it really dignified. And then they had their Prime Minister, Mia Motley. She she was there, and they had the red carpet rolled down for him, and everything when Prince Charles came. And then it's all woman power,
Mm,
woman power down there. How is the new president? She's a woman. Mia Lotlin's a woman. They put in Rihanna, but Rihanna has done so much. Like a lot of people like to say, "Oh, Rihanna, this." No, she can do whatever she wants. She's a
mm-hmm,
billionaire, and she put so much back into the economy. Like a lot of people don't go back to their home and they put money back in to their island or their home where they came from. And Rihanna has done that. She's put into education. She's bought people homes. She has a street. She even she bought cancer equipment because her grandmother died of cancer. So she bought cancer machines that were from the US and brought them to Barbados so people could get that same care when they're
mm-hmm,
having chemo. So, a lot of people don't see that, but Rihanna has done a
mm-hmm.
lot for the, for Barbados. And as she said, she will stand besides Barbados, no matter what she's in, Fendi, this. She's putting money back in there. And I think that she deserves it, deserves the title. A lot of people say, what did she did? Yeah, but you didn't see what she did. And you'd have to go and research it and see what she's done.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, she has a star power name, and
Hmm.
I was excited for her when she received the award. They didn't cover it in detail, but they did mention the fact that Barbados had declared its independence from the
Hmm.
UK. And I said, what took so long? I thought they would have been got away from them. Now, how big is the island? Now, is the island a string of islands? Like when you go to Bahamas, they got 700 islands. So
No, it's just
how
one island.
is just one island? And
Well,
what?
if you can tour the island by car in about 2.5 hours.
Okay, so it's not connected to like Haiti. Haiti has the Dominican Republic on one side, Haiti on the other side. It's just one island, all one country.
Yep. And
And
I don't know how they're getting all these people. They're just going up, and also the monkeys are coming down now into the general public. But the monkeys are coming down. So and apparently they're intimidated by the men, but they're not afraid of the women.
uh-oh,
So
smart
they can chase
monkeys.
you. Yeah.
Smart monkeys.
They
uh,
know they know the difference because they're just, I guess, because they're building up Barbados and they're building all
uh-huh.
these things, so they're cutting a little bit of the forest, where they stay at down. So they said, okay, well, we're gonna come and move down here.
There you go. Yeah. Now, what is the common language there? Do they speak, English? What is the
They
common
speak
language?
English just like here, but they have a
Okay.
little bit of a accent. They say like we sound when we talk. If we talk with a little bit like it sounds like you have a cold.
Okay. All right.
But if a Bayesian tells you off, or somebody from Barbados, you won't know because they'll tell you off in a way that you're like, wait a minute, she just told me off.
So they put that little slang on it, then let you know. Then
Or the wording, or maybe you won't get it, and then you'll be like, oh, hold on a minute. But after a while, then you get used to it, and then after you can you'll be like, oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So now, being a colleague, in the business, what would you say is the worst interview you've ever had to conduct?
Well, you know, I did one. Okay, I have two.
Okay.
I did one, and the girl I was interviewing, she didn't know how to speak in public.
Okay.
So she had all these pieces of paper and all these little pieces of notes. And I said, how are you gonna do on the interview like this, And she goes, and I said, listen, at least you know your name, right? She goes, yeah. She had like tons, like hundreds of notes and paper. So and it was a sit down. It wasn't like how we're sitting now, where you could probably glance at
Right.
something, but you were sitting. So she was like, she would go. So I was like, what is this? I just didn't understand it. And I said, how are you going to relate to people? And I couldn't understand. And then she had brought somebody there. I don't know if it was some man or something, and she kept glancing at him. I said, "Excuse me, I'm doing the interview. You need to look this way, and plus, you don't know what you're really saying, so you have to glance no to me so I can cue you. You know what I mean?"
Right.
So I couldn't wait for that interview to be done because I said, "Oh!" When I came and after that, I sat down. I said, "Oh my gosh!"
Now, was she in studio with you or?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You imagine you're sitting next to somebody and they got all these pieces of paper
Right. 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 Right.
out.
Terrible feeling, I'm sure. Now, what was the second one?
The second one is that they had this guy, and he couldn't speak English very well.
Okay.
So, and I don't really think he was comprehending what he was saying, even if he did speak the English.
Okay.
So I had to try to interview him and try to figure out, well, what is he saying to me?
Uh,
So I said, well, I might as well have just did the interview myself and just had his picture up there. Oh, this is what he's saying.
right. 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 Well, people that don't do what we do, they don't have a clue what goes on, behind the scenes or from episode to episode, and sometimes you just want to stop, like, okay, I don't want to do this no more, you know, because this ain't
But
working right.
I have a better one for you.
Okay.
I did this because I did a lot of red carpets on air, right, live to air. You come in. So I was doing this. What was it called? Oh, a party for the wedding couple. Sometimes I have a pre party before they have the actual wedding ceremony. So we were asking the people. So survey says, okay, well, DBoss, you go and introduce these people and find out there are friends there. So they'll say, why they're here and stuff like that. So I said,
Right.
okay, no problem. This will be fun, because we're in the atmosphere. So next time, so I go over to ask the person, oh, hi, would you like to give wishes to the bride and groom? No.
Oh, okay.
I remember now the camera's going.
Right. 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 Right.
So then I said, so it wasn't, so I thought, okay, maybe it was just him. So then I said, let me go back and try these other ones. No.
Mm,
So I
mm,
said,
mm.
so I asked these other people, what, aren't you going to the wedding on the Saturday? Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
you don't want to give them no wishes? No. So I said to myself, I said to the camera, I said, listen, I'll hand it over to my cal. I said, listen, these people are just out of control.
Right. 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 Right.
They don't have no kind of ethics. But yet still they're drinking all the drinks, having the food.
Right.
If that was me and I heard them on the camera, they would have got their drinks taken away.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So now, what would you say the most memorable, most fulfilling, interview that you've ever done?
I can say a lot of them have been that I've done. A lot of Sarah's people with Triple P management, they've been good. But from way back, I can say the interview with Judy Mowat. She was with the I3. Hers, was just you really felt like how she got to from singing. She said she used to sing to the trees,
Mm.
and she could hear the trees sing back to her
Wow, that's some good
in
weed.
Jamaica. And she used to write. I guess she must be singing. I don't know,
Yeah, that's some good
and
weed
she had
right
a
there,
lot of
boy. Ooh.
yeah. You don't stop, Ron. And
Woo.
then after and then when she left the Rastafarian culture to go to Christianity, it was terrible.
Oh,
It was a terrible experience, and I'll never forget. I felt so like wow. And then I did another interview with this girl called Bridget Perrier, and she's Indigenous Indian,
okay.
and she explained her story of her. She was prostituted from 12 years old,
Mm.
and she couldn't say who her identity was, but she came out and she got out, and now she works and she helps the indigenous women transform their lives to come out of that lifestyle. So, and that interview was about 2 hours because she had to say she was whooped every day. A guy put a
Wow.
cigar on her chest to burn the cigar on her body. She
Wow.
couldn't tell anybody that she was an indigenous Indian person. She had to say that she was a Finlander or she was a Hawaiian.
Wow. That's deep.
And
Yeah.
everybody was crying.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah. So, being in the business as long as you have, what is your, what is your takeaway? What is your reward? What is it that you like about this business that keeps you doing what you're doing every day?
Well, I like because people get to share a part of them with me, and they like I just like to showcase the people and for them to showcase their company, their brand, what they're doing, and tell their story. And they reveal their stories. And I like the fact of how I ask the questions that are supposed to be asked to make them reveal it in a nice, classy way. Like they don't feel like they've been inhabited or, it just comes out natural. Because I didn't want you to be looking too stagey, like, oh, yes, no. You just sit and relax and tell your story. And a lot of people can't get people to do that. And I think, well, that's not my gift. That's the gift that God gave me.
Amen. Yeah. So what do you think the future of DBoss is? I know you've come a long way to get to where you are now. So what's your future like? What do you see? How do you see your evolutionary process?
I believe that I am going to be a voice in the world that people are going to remember. And what I said really mattered to societies, cultures, organizations, and not just here in North America. I'm talking globally, worldwide. That's what people are going to remember me for.
All right now. Yeah. So we got about 10 minutes left, and I can tell you Triple P is just blasting you out. You
Oh,
know. We got John Lewis that tuned in. We Paula Gilmore, Enoch, Carl Davis Jr. is on the line. Kenny Lyles, a few people that dropped in. Just wanted to shout them out. So I know we got a few minutes left in the show. So
okay.
what is it that on your to-do list? Now I'm going off radar now. What's on your to-do list that you really want to do that would, we know you got your show, we know
Mhm.
that's going to live, forever and ever, as long as they got, data, and places to play data. They'll be able to go back and review where you started from, where you wind up at. So, let's go off radar a little bit. What's on your to-do list to do?
Well, I really want to go out there and be able to apply my knowledge and expertise to people to help people with their branding, their whatever they have. Um, if they have some new device, if they have something that they have, because I'm really good at that. I really like to do that, and also I'd like to have a restaurant
Oh, okay.
with I had one, but I want to really have a restaurant with some real good food. Like you come
No,
there
no, no.
every
What you
time.
call real good food? Now,
I'm
come on
talking
now.
some real, like a nice steak with some real potatoes, like I'm talking about like what you would eat at home. Your a rotisserie, nice seasoned chicken. I'm talking not just made like any old way with like, it's very home cooking, like some real mac and cheese, some real nice fried chicken, but it's not salty, but it's healthy.
Okay. So
Healthy
now,
food.
so do you have a Barbados influence in your food, or are
Yeah,
you okay?
yeah, we cook. I can make any kind of food. I can make Italian. I like pierogies. I like down south cooking. I like the Canadian cuisine. But we do the Canadian cuisine with some flavor. That means some seasoning or some spice and stuff.
Okay.
I don't like to have. I don't eat bland food.
Okay. All right. Well, you don't know or you don't remember. I spent 9 years of my life in New Orleans, so I learned how to cook, with flavor. Okay. People, they enjoy every time I go in the kitchen. I've got a niece. She brags on me all the time. That she asks me, "Have you had his cooking yet?" And if you haven't, girl, you better stick around long enough to get a meal. I had a girlfriend one time that took some of my food to work with her, and one of her coworkers, tasted the food, and she asked her. She said, "How long you gonna keep this man? Because if you ever quit him, I want him." Now she ain't never laid eyeballs on me not one time, but she tasted my food and she was willing to give up her religion to come stay with me. Okay, you know, that's interesting. So you're gonna do a restaurant, or a food
Restaurant, club,
truck.
lounge, kind of sort
Oh,
of thing.
okay, all right. So what's nightlife like? And I know Toronto used to be real big on nightlife at one time. So what's
Yeah,
nightlife like?
it's pretty good. The nightlife here is, but since the pandemic, everybody's a little afraid to
Mm-hmm.
go out, and plus with the numbers kind of going up, people, right now you just can't trust anything,
Yeah,
until
that's
it's
true.
really cleared out.
Yeah. Now, are they still doing COVID protocols up there, or have they
Yeah,
loosened it up some?
mm-mm.
Okay.
And the numbers are rising, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. It's
we
terrible.
don't know
People.
what's happening. We don't know what's happening. But if the people will just let things open naturally, but people are just going crazy. They're having
Right.
parties, this, that, laying on people. You don't know where these people were laying on. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna make sure everybody sees your website listed right there. It's www.dbossnetworks.com.
Hmm.
If you all reach out to her, I promise you she'll get back to you. So if you're interested in talking to her about marketing, if you have a product, good or service, and you're interested in getting her expertise, if you want to talk to her about being a guest on her show, that would be where to reach her at. Now, don't call her up, you know, just to waste her time. Make sure you got a cash
Because
app,
I will
or
hang up.
yeah, or Zelle. You got PayPal. You got something to give her to get her attention. Okay, because I hate when people call up talking about, oh, we want to do this, and they ain't got a penny. I'm like, well, wait
My
a
name,
minute.
my name isn't Miss Freeman.
Yeah, there you go. You know, Call her up with the intentions of doing business like you want to do business. Bring some money to the table. One thing I always like to ask people before they get out of here is, what would you like to leave with the people before you get out of here today? What is it that you want to leave with them?
Well, I just want to make people be true to yourself. You know, this hustle that we're doing, and I call it a hustle because it is a hustle, but it's not that type of hustle. because we're in the media, so we have to stay up, up, up. So I'm just telling you, people to support us, subscribe to the channels, you support the YouTube. It takes 2 seconds. Everybody's always on their device doing something. So it just takes a second to do that. Support a lot of people. I'm just saying that, and my vision is that media should be affordable for everyone.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So I've sent a lot of people your way. We truly network. We truly collaborate. I've sent her people to interview on her show. And, of course, Triple P is
Shout out
relentless.
to
Boy.
Triple P.
Yeah,
Shout out to
she's
Karen Vision,
yes.
L5 Media. I shout out to Sarah, no, Sasha Stoltz at, she publicity. A lot of people I've dealt with over the years. I'm sorry if I missed anybody, but I love sending all love to y'all. Send out the love to Dr. Ron. A
Yes.
lot of people here that I've done stuff, but there's so much support. I thank my team that does my website. A shout out to them.
Yes, yes. It is a pleasure, having you on the show today. I've enjoyed, interviewing you. I hope you had a wonderful time, and you're going to have to come back and see me sometime. Is that,
Maybe I will. Maybe in 2022 I will.
Yeah, that's
I'll
just
come
right
knock
around
on
the
your
corner.
door.
Look, that's right around the corner. I got no problem with that.
It's right around the corner. Yes, a few weeks in. Can you imagine? It would be 2022.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to it. Because there were some things that in 21 that were what they say unfulfilled. Because of the times that we're in and the situations that we're in, there were some things that couldn't happen because of
Right.
what was going on. So hopefully, in 22, people will get a better grip on this situation that we're in and be able to accomplish a lot more in 22 than what we were able to accomplish in 20 and 21. But I'm truly looking forward to it. What blessings that are ahead of us. I look forward to it. And if you come, I'm gonna make sure I take you someplace. Now, when's the last time you've been to Chicago?
I have never been there.
Okay, good. So you got to let me know when you get to Chicago. So I can't mess it up because you ain't never been here before. So I'll make sure you get to some places that you've never seen before. And especially find some good food because you're a person that likes to cook good food. So I got to take you someplace where you can get some good food for sure. We got soul food places just about on
I
every
don't want no McDonald's or nothing like that.
Oh no! I said good food. I didn't say nothing about no McDonald's.
Nothing like that. Air food.
Yeah, we got soul food places just about on every corner. And some of them are really really good. So you will not be disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am so glad that you took time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with us today. Once again, you can find her at www.DBossNetworks.com. Look, Triple P, Lord have mercy. She's sitting up here talking about Uncle Remus on the west side. We ain't going to the west side. Okay, I'm just letting you know right now, Sarah, I'm not taking this woman, not the first time, to the west side. Okay,
or Chi-Town. No.
Yeah, she getting her plug in for the west side. Okay, no, I'm not taking the lady from Toronto down to the west. Now you venture over to Detroit. Now Detroit has pretty good food too. Now,
a lot of people come out. We like to cook a lot. When I go, we cook. We just go buy some food and come back and just throw down.
Yeah.
That way everybody can drink and this, and you don't have to be driving. You could just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, coastal city border towns like Detroit, New York, there's a places where people come out of Canada into the United States. They got good stuff in both those places. So I'm sure you've had some good times when you've come across the border. Just don't be there after dark. That's all I got to say. You hurry up and get back across the border.
No, and no, thank you. But I do want
Yeah, you don't want to be in America after dark because it can get rough sometimes. Look, I love you and I appreciate you, and we have to do this again. Shout out to Barbados and all of your family that are listening, that are going to be tuning into this. We had a wonderful time, and looking forward to, I'm gonna go to Barbados one day. I'm gonna be looking for your family when I get down there. You know,
well,
and
you got a
and
whole lot of them to look for.
and, and,
A
and,
lot of
Rihanna,
them to look for.
and Rihanna, I'm gonna be looking for her too. I
Mhm.
hope she there when I get there. Since you can walk up to her and say hello.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Yeah,
They're not. That you're not going to snub you like that or anything.
yeah, there you go. Well, look, you stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Let's get
Okay.
out of here for this week. Let me throw this up. Once again, I want to invite you all to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. Please make contributions. All my information is here to make contributions. Connect with me on social media. Support all of my advertisers. Without them, we would not be able to do what we do here. We appreciate each and every one of them, and we appreciate you. Please go over to the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell, the notification, so you can see every time that we post a new video. We appreciate you all. You all be safe. Keep your distance. Wear your mask. They got germs out there, y'all. And we'll see you all on next week. Peace and love.